We're going to finish off this week with a look at tactics, resources, and evaluation. So once we've done all of our background planning, we've put together our key messages, it's time for the fun part, figuring out what tactics we can use to deliver our messages. Unfortunately, a lot of people begin their communication planning at this stage, and they take a very scattergun approach, which doesn't work very well. Now that you know who you want to reach and have a really good understanding of the environmental and historical implications of your topic, you can really build a strong tactical plan, reaching your audiences and achieving your objectives. When it comes to tactics, it isn't just a list of meetings or things to be done. Your tactics need to be actionable. That means you need to include timelines and milestones. What do I mean by milestones? In the example of the flu shot case, a milestone may be the launch of a targeted awareness campaign. There are going to be communication requirements prior to that milestone, the launch, and after. So perhaps you have 3 milestones: communications planning, launch, and post-launch. When it comes to looking at resources, what resources are needed for the delivery of each of your tactics? You'll need to quantify the amount of time you believe that various positions are going to be involved in your communication activity. You'll want to quantify if there are things to be purchased, such as photocopies, maybe equipment rental. Are there partnerships to be fostered and developed? Make sure that you outline each of these in your tactical plan. Really summarize the resources that are required in a couple of paragraphs so that you'll be able to provide a clear picture in terms of what is needed for the success of your communication strategy. The last step of strategic communication planning is one that's often overlooked or forgotten about, but it's very important. This is where you outline how you're going to measure the success of the delivery of your plan against your overall objectives. How will you measure the tangible outputs of your plan? Were they effective? How will you measure the outcomes? This is linked to your original objectives. You can use formal or informal means of measuring, such as polling, questionnaires, etc. If one of your objectives is to build a certain percentage of awareness, for example, do you know what the level was at the start? You may need to consider adding some metrics into the early stages of your tactical delivery plan so that you've got a baseline. Measuring effectiveness of the delivery of messages on the fly is also helpful in that you're able to shift your plan as needed. With that, I've never created a communication plan that didn't have the word draft on it. I don't see how a plan is ever final until it's been completely delivered and measured.